It is open, my friends. Battles have yet to begin. Laughter will be heard in gales and floods, but if not, at least there will be blood. The sorrow and loss may abound. We'll do our best to hold this hallowed ground.
We left Ultian and his journey off on a grand start, leaving Pallius from Balishtar, heading off to Stronrith in the Grantinan Senate. Along the way, he encountered BT, a size category smaller for some reason, who offered to join him. Together, they arrived in the city, found an empty, what are we calling it, storage unit, to be able to store the interceptor in the meantime while he figures out how to get it to where he needs it to be. Once they entered in, they fell into a waiting trap set by Takiri. With a little help from some unknown friends, quote unquote, he managed to get out of the death trap, lightly scathed. They headed up to the third level, where they introduced him to their fearless leader, Sir Rodney, who, for some reason, had pretty much all of Ortian's lovely designs. Together they planned for a few days on what to do next, where to go next primarily, coming up with a few plans. They split-ish, but before the split actually happens, it's been 2 solar since you've arrived, Ultian, and we're going to join just before the split of what you've all planned, with all of you gathering inside the little hidden base of Sir Rodney's house, to go over the details one last time before you all head off for what you want.
Very quickly.
Yep.
As also a reminder to everybody, and I don't remember if you explained it or not, the little teleportation wand thingy. How exactly does that work?
It is a teleport. It's basically like a. Let's see, actually. So you actually have a general understanding of Arcana and how that works as well. So you might understand this thing to basically be kind of like a dimension door, a trapped, prefixed dimension door. Both sides have already been opened. One of them is locked inside one device, the other one's locked in another device. What Sir Rodney hasn't figured out yet is how to lengthen the distances. He's gotten a certain amount of it already. It functions, according to him, anywhere between a good 400 to 500 feet. So you can be 400 to 500 feet away, and then you'll be able to zap, quote unquote, zap, one of the devices, the triggered device, towards where the other one is. A few factors on that is he doesn't know if momentum carries through. So with your purposes, that's something you'll have to think about. Yeah. He has no idea if that helps. And he has tinkered with it recently, so he's not entirely sure what the actual distance is going to be.
Got you.
But it will be greater than 400 feet.
Okay.
And to refresh my memory, I know I tinkered with it. What did I do?
That was a different device, wasn't it?
No, that was the one he focused in on.
I focused in
right,
on it too. What was
that one?
I was trying to enhance the distance also, but I did something else.
I have no notes on anything else that was done to it. So
I don't remember either.
Unsure.
I'll think about it here.
real quick side note,
Yeah.
because I meant to say this last time and then I forgot. Every morning, Korag gets up, and takes a shaving blade, shaves the sides of his head and his face, besides his mustache, because he's a bugbear and it would grow back really fast.
Morning rituals before his morning flagellation. I do have a note, Big Tin, that you're scanning for radio waves. Not quite radio
Yeah.
waves, though.
Also scanning for anything that might be on one of Altion's frequencies, because Altion's communication tech has been stolen or whatever.
Mm,
So I'm
Right.
trying to see if anybody's using it in the area.
right. Okay.
There was something with the teleport device too that I did, but I don't remember what it was. I'm thinking about it.
I don't remember either, and
We discussed if I could enhance it with the primordial energy, but we could, but I would have to be the one that initiated it.
yeah, and that would
So-
be initiating basically all the dangers to yours as well. So there's a good risk that you'd be leaving
Yeah.
pieces of the interceptor behind.
Yeah, he wouldn't mind that.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
definitely.
think
I
that
would.
might
Only
have
took
been
me a couple months to build.
right. What's
That might have been
repairing
what
going
it-
to be
yeah.
like? That might have been what it was, and
Yeah.
basically loosely, no, let's not risk it, kind of
Yeah.
deal at the end.
Yeah, it comes with its risks. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we go over it again, I guess.
I'll wait for your signal. Let me know when you're positioned and ready.
So Rodney looks at the others. That would be you all. I'm not journeying with either of you, so I'm just here to fill in any gaps. You two, you all, talk.
Okay.
Yeah, what is going to be signal?
Well, you'll hear it. That's for sure.
So just for clarity, it'll be an explosion.
Something like that, yes.
Okay.
I would give it some time. Once I get started, it may take a little bit for everyone to come running. So, be vigilant and be safe. If you get caught, we can't help you.
Yes.
Rules of engagement wise, kill whoever, or try not to.
Well, use your own discretion.
Kill whoever. Got it.
Anything else? Any more questions?
I think it is time to just get to it.
Quickly, I have one. Is it you who are giving the signal, or them who are giving the signal?
They'll let me know when they're in position, and
Right.
then they'll know when it's time to move in.
And which position is that again?
Prepared and ready to infiltrate.
Good. Good. Of course, I mean, I already knew all of that. I just had to make sure they did. They can be quite forgetful sometimes.
The player is definitely forgetting right now.
I'm used to that with my other group. Try not to make it a habit.
You heard the man. Don't make it a habit.
But what if I forget though?
It is a good question. What if they forget? We don't have time to have philosophy. You all, good luck. Have fun. I will be on the third floor, doing my things. Sorry. I work in reverse sometimes. 14th floor.
All right. Well, see you out there.
Yes,
And
let's do
yeah,
this.
we're gonna leave.
Excellent. As you're
Great.
all...
I'm gonna message you
for it.
something. You go ahead.
Oh, okay, great. While you're
Goodness.
messaging that, we're going to do a real quick just reminder who our characters are, what they look like, because second session of All Things miniseries. So, second session. 4th episode. Sorry, everyone. We record funny.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to use our words for the people who don't watch and just listen, but that is a wonderful image on BT's side. So why don't we start with BT?
Hi, I'm BT. I have a problem. Mechanical cat, but right now I look like a mechanical dog. I'm posing as a mechanical dog, which
Named Rover.
is that what my name is now? Rover?
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Okay, I
Again.
guess my name is Rover, but I'm with Altian, helping him out. What else you want?
It's about that. You're good.
Black, spiky, menacing, glowing red eyes, apparently.
Okay, that
Scary
works
dog.
too. Metallic, metal, robotic dog.
Of evil.
Pure malice. All right.
No evil in me.
Tangerine.
Okay. I am a 3'2" rock gnome. I misspoke last time. I am barely an adult. I think I said I look 30-ish. I couldn't read my own handwriting. I look 20-ish. Light grey hair, midnight blue eyes, slate grey skin. Brows are thicker and darker than you'd think for the face. And I wear like all black and like midnight blues, billowing cloak and such. I have these weird like goggles on the top of my head with vibrant indigo lenses, and I have way too many rings on my fingers. It's fun. It's fine. We're not worried about it.
Not worried in the slightest. Vaughn.
Yes, I am Shadows in the Wind. People just call me Shadow. I have dark gray fur with black spots. I am 5 foot and light gray eyes. I also am covered in all black outfit with a hood, and I do sneaky things.
Sneaky. And Peter?
Yeah, I'm playing Korag Timms, who is a bugbear, who wears fancy clothes but no shoes, and uses a rapier, has some feathery earrings, and has the sides of his head and his face is shaved in very unbugbear fashion, but he does have a curly mustache.
Ooh. A good kind of mustache.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan.
All right. Well, Altian is how tall is he? He's about like 6 foot, red hair. He's always wearing a mask. It is a green mask that has those classic comic book domino white eyes with no irises and stuff. Full gray and black armor, burnt and tattered trench coat. Oh, I'm being reminded he's 5'10". You are right. Thank you for reminding me. And then he's got what looks like a U on his chest that's made up of an old lock that has been that's a different color than the black and gray. It stands out more. Yeah, that's about it.
Okie dokie. As you all head off. Where are we going? Who's up first here? How are we... You know what? Let's do things first. 3 of you. Heading off to the 8th ring of the 2nd floor. How are you planning on doing that?
If I remember correctly, we had scouted out a good entry point and timed it for guards and whatnot. So we're probably going to be we are going to be heading there, setting up, getting ready to go in, and try and time everything properly so that we let Altion know we're ready at the time in which guards would be least likely to be coming through, so that he can do what he does, and then we can go in hands free.
100%, 100%.
Hands free. Delightful. Well, everyone, then, or the three of you, give me a stealth check.
Okay.
Question. On the magical website we use that holds everyone's statistics.
Oh, yeah.
In the skills on the left where there's the proficiencies, what does a blue dot mean? I've never seen a blue dot before, only black and white dots.
It was
Oh,
manually changed.
That's a manually added.
Cool. Stealth.
I'm also going to use some of my shadow abilities to cast Pass Without a Trace on us.
Ooh, so you all have plus 10 on your results.
Spicy.
Which would be very, very nice. Very, very good.
I assume I can still fail on a natty 1.
You sure can. Natty 1s are just bad news. Bad news
All
bears.
right. Well, I got a natty 1, which is a 21, so I fail.
Okay. How about shadows?
30.
30. Okay, that's good. How about
Ooh,
you got to 32?
yeah. Twinsies.
How come that, mate?
How many in it, bruv?
Well,
As you want to say it properly, she will correct you every time.
I'm gonna say it wrong every time, just to hear it. As you're all creeping along, getting from where you're at to a lower floor, going through the manufacturing areas that are still up and running and going, seeing the very familiar sights of these drone-like workforces just throwing in the raw materials or creating some tactile goods of whatever they do at their spots. Your research from the previous days pays off quite well, for the route is fairly easy to get through. There is a nice little mix-up moment that will cause a little delay where good old Korag falls out into plain view, and he had to do something clever to pull him out of the way in order to get by, but overall your successes mean you were hidden for the entire journey. You get to your spot, where you saw the doors with the two guards prior to, the one with the timing, and there's no one there.
In a good way.
There's no guards. Doors completely unprotected, from what you can see.
Shadows is going to tell the other two with a hand signal to wait a moment, and then he attempt to scout or take a look around the whole area, make sure everything's dandy, so that we don't accidentally step into a unfortunate situation.
Just to be clear, the expectation is that there were supposed to be guards here.
The timing for getting there? Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna detect magic.
Okay. Using detect magic, you first off, let me initiate something quickly. Shadows, give me an investigation check for your detect magic. Alchemy.
Bro, her nickname is Minnie.
Minnie. I'll just call you Minnie. For your detect magic, Minnie, there are several doorways in the area that have magical locks on them. That's not uncommon. There is the sense of some magic coming from various devices around as well. From the door and from the direction you're heading, though, nothing. There is no magic coming from that area. What was your investigation, Shadows?
Dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Everything is as it should be, except for even the offices around are empty. There's no one inside any of the studies. This entire, what appears to be corridor and block portion, has no one present.
I'm going to return to the other two, and I'm going to say quietly, it is eerily quiet in this area, but I have not seen anything to cause too much more concern otherwise. We should alert Ultion.
Agreed. Best way to do that?
Do I know approximately how far away he'd be?
Ultion, you have no idea how far away he would be, at quite a few miles at the very least. However, we did establish canonically that you have sending devices. There's
do?
only so your
The
party will
Tooties?
have one stone that will have 3 sendings on it, so 3 charges, and Ultion will have the receiving stone to it.
Okay. Who
With
wants
these
the
ones,
magical rock?
your charges are shared. So if Ultion initiates something on his end, it will use one of the charges on your device as well. So it's 3 between the 2 of you. But it is a 2-way, so you get 25 words too, and he gets 25 words back.
Is magical device, I think many should definitely have access.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Wonderful. Okay. And it's called a sending stone. Give to me the magical rock. Thank you. Okay, I have the magical rock. Great success. Okay.
Why do they think about, hey, shameless
Okay.
plug, we have a merch store. Check the description. Right, shameless plug is done.
Fire stuff, please.
So,
Designed.
I activate. Okay, I think I added the wrong magical rock. I will fix that momentarily. So I will activate one charge, and I will say, in position, no guards, no magic. Skeptical. Are you ready?
Now, if you can, Ultion, write down your response so you can remember. Because we're going to divert over to you.
Yeah, I might have some other things to say. So
Yeah.
let's just, I have something in my
You
brain.
have?
I'm not going
Okay.
to write anything down.
Excellent. Great. Wonderful. In that case, how are you getting back to your vehicle? And let me ask something for clarification, because I've been asked in my head a few times. BT, are you going with Ultion?
Yes.
Yes? Cool. Just had to
I
double
thought the
check.
plan was, yeah.
That's what I
Mhm.
thought too. Okay, then how are the 2 of you, let me rephrase that then, how are the 2 of you getting to your vehicle?
Okay, so since we've had maps to the city, I've chosen the quickest, most efficient one, efficient route, I should say. When we get to the level that has my vehicle, I am going to cause a small distraction in order to make it easier for me to get to that building. I'm going to do the classic giant U on the side of a building that's on fire.
All right, trying to set up a distraction of sorts. Great. Both of you, give me some stealth checks.
Some sneaky sneaks.
Some sneaky sneaks for the journey to that point.
24.
24, very good. BT?
I forgot I rolled at advantage, so
Oh,
that
nice.
was
Oh,
that
go
was
for
that
it.
was that was a 15, but
Mm-hmm.
just in
50.
case. Nope. Okay,
Nah.
so that'll be a 22.
Nice. Yeah, both of you with ease get through the third level, bypass where you can on the second quite easily and get down to the first. The patrols on the first are limited at best. I mean, that's just standard for Strawnrith. No one really cares about the dredges, and the first level is the dredges. So sneaking through there during this time of day is kind of calming down still for the people who arrive home late. You manage to get through. What kind of... Describe to me the scene that you're looking for setting up your distraction.
I'm gonna walk out, raise one leg, piss on a building, and then he's gonna set it on fire.
So since they work in like concentric rings,
So he uses the urine that comes out of BT to start the fire because it's just
start the
gasoline.
fire. It's just gas.
Sorry.
Crude oil.
Sorry, Altin. My mental image is
One,
destroyed.
I'm pretty sure it would probably be in the innermost circle, but the an area that's open, but I can still, since it's night, I can still scale up that wall for a good 5 minutes and draw you. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Then for this quick, your stealth of 24 can carry on to this point, but I would like a... And if BT's helping, you'll do this with assistance, so it would be at advantage.
Okay.
I feel like just an acrobatics or athletics check.
I can do that.
Because most of this stuff, like setting up the blaze, that's going to be easy, common stuff for Altian. So it's more the painting of the U that we're looking for.
23, 16 on the die. Thank you for that advantage. I really needed it.
Very good. The building starts to set. Some of the bystanders who are still on the street begin to call out. A general alarm comes around, and you have your distraction. A big blazing fire on what I'm going to say is probably a government official building.
Yes.
Empty at this hour.
That actually,
yeah, makes sense, right?
Delish.
It's empty at this hour, so few casualties, but an important building to get rid of. It causes a scene, and especially with your U painted onto it, the symbol is set.
All right. We're going to make our way to that building, and then we're going to scope it out for a minute.
All right.
Just to double check. We've fallen into one trap since we've been here. Let's not make it a second.
Give me another stealth check, as you've effectively broken your first stealth by setting up the distraction. But this one's going to be considerably easier. Both of you, yeah.
Okay.
25.
25. Ooh.
25.
Easy
Twinsies.
peasy.
We're in sync.
There's... Hang on, let me... Oh, yeah. BT's passive perception's insane, so both of you are going to notice this. The closer you approach, the fewer official guards you see. The fewer patrols you have to evade and move around. Once you're roughly about 100 feet from where you stored the interceptor, there are no presences of any guards.
Okay, well, I'm going to look over at BT and quietly say,
Yeah, this isn't right.
Yeah, it's not right.
How
Is
should
there
we
any-
know about this?
Switch visions real fast. Is there anything on the primordial vision tube?
No. Nothing.
around the
I'm also
area.
gonna use
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah,
use my
that's-
thermal goggles.
Checking out thermal goggle. Okay, yeah. Well, with the help of the primordial and the thermal and your passives, there's no life. Even the buildings have been evacuated of even civilians. This entire sector seems to be shut down and evacuated almost.
Yeah, it's been evacuated. I repeat the information too. This is the setup. This is the trap, but I don't know how they're watching it.
And I think it's about that time, because of your distraction setup, that you'll be getting a message from Minnie, Altian. Bless you, Peter.
Okay.
So if an owlbear sneezes in the wood, does anybody really hear it?
You know what, though, actually, while you're thinking about that real quick, Altian, with your
Mhm.
information, BT, give me a perception or investigation check.
I think it's gonna be perception. Straight up,
Straight up,
that'll be dirty 20.
dirty 20. In the direction... So there is one thing that you do see. It's Altian's interceptor. That thing does have its own little energy, especially with its anti-theft measures engaged. There is a tiny little blob of something as well. Just in front of it, would be in front of it. From this distance, you're not sure what it is. You know that it's more of it would be an arcane thing, given its energies. But definitely something that isn't part of the interceptor and wasn't there when you left it.
Your interceptor's been either bugged or trapped as well. I'll relay the information to Alton.
Or they took a page out of my book and they put something on it and they evacuated this area.
Mm-hmm.
Same situation up top. No guards.
I think floor 13 is watching us.
Hmm. Can you think of any ways to get around it?
From what we know of what floor 13 can watch, no. It's a primordial that can see everything. I have no way of how we're going to get around it besides leaving all planes that the primordials can see, which is not going to help us at the moment.
Maybe.
It's hard to go up against something that's all-seeing and being used against us. Though we don't know the content of what all-seeing means. It's not all-knowing, it's just all-seeing. So they know where your interceptor is, and they're watching it. They know we're trying to infiltrate, and they're watching it. They may even see us at this moment, but they may not know exactly what we're going to do yet.
Okay. I am going to do something that I haven't done in quite some time. So long, in fact, that I have forgotten his name. 1 second.
The general?
Do I need to switch music setups so I can play his music?
Don't even tempt me. You don't understand how important this is. I might make a deal with that man.
Ooh.
Okay. It's my
Let me leave first then.
my primordial
Wrath?
wrath. Yes, that's his name.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask him if he's got any ideas about this.
Ooh. All right. What are you asking?
if he knows a way to get past the vision of this, what we assume is a primordial, if not, then does he know enough information that like we could figure out how to, I don't know what I'm trying to say, like subvert its expectations, you know what I mean? Like it
Right.
may be able to see what we're doing, but if we misdirect it, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah. As you're thinking about it, with your
Ooh, I
general...
also have an idea, Alchian. Not
Go for it.
positive, but we have in the past established that the primordials cannot see me. He may be watching you guys, but he may not be able to watch me. Just so factor in your plans. I might be able to move or do something that he can't see.
Can you drive stick?
Want me to go spring the trap?
Okay.
Real quick, you're asking Wrath that, right? So the first
Yeah.
thing he'll respond with is, whoa. You're actually using the connection. It's a weird day. Well, a few things. You're dealing with ego. Just imagine what someone on a massive ego trip would do. That's probably what he'll be doing. As far as getting around truth. So, you do have BT, right? He's with you. I don't know if truth can see him, but if what we know is to be followed, then his truth's predictions won't include anything with BT. Or will include factors of others that are around him, but not him himself. His actions will be unseeable. There are a few primordials you could try to get in touch with as well, but that would take time to find them. And I don't think you have the time.
Okay. So, if it can see us, can it hear us? Do we have any of that? I'm going to ask Wrath. Might as well ask him that. I'm going to ask if they can hear.
From what I understand, truth is more actions than vocal. It's what you do, not what you say.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is making it look, I'm not gonna like look in BT's direction when I say this. That way it doesn't
We can
register
communicate.
Oh yeah, that's right. We do have our
Yeah.
our earpieces. Yeah. Then I'm gonna say to you,
I'm gonna go cause another distraction. I also need to get in touch with the other group. Wait a minute. When you feel comfortable, go take a look. But don't risk anything. Tell me what you see.
Okay.
okay, okay, where is the nearest because there was a governmental building that's burning.
Yep. Which has got a good number of individuals around it trying to put that fire out. That's a pretty big distraction. You rolled well, so it turned out to be a big one.
Okay. Before I leave, Big Ten, I'm gonna say,
does your tweeter have any connections in this place?
Do I have any connections in this place?
Yeah.
with your tweeter.
Oh, I mean, we've got tweeters, yeah. There's tweeter offices
Not
around.
here.
There's
Oh, not
Tweeter
here?
in Iridai?
Not.
Oh.
In Iridai,
Opposite.
yes, that was all set up in Iridai. That was this campaign. Yeah, that was Iridai stuff. Tweet us here. That wasn't a Fine Storm thing. That was a BT thing. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have any connections here.
Not in
Sorry.
Stronrith. It's controlled by the Grantinan government, and Twitter is too open sourced with its information.
Yeah, competing truth.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to have that.
Competing truths.
While we're here, I have an idea about how to get at Ego.
Okay.
Wrath said, imagine, like, a being on a massive ego trip. Why don't we try and get a foothold here? To send some truths to the people of the city. Bruise his ego.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Far away is the interceptor.
You're about 300 feet from where it's stored.
As Altian is left, and I've given him a good amount of time to leave, I'll stealthily approach the warehouse from the opposite end of whatever is attached to the interceptor, or whatever that blob is that's on the interceptor.
Okay.
I want to watch it and see if it moves with me or moves to come around or anything like that.
All right. Give me a stealth check for your approach.
Ooh, that was teasing that 20.
Yeah, it did. So that would be a 13.
13.
Ouch.
Like one of those creeping cats that thinks no one can see it and has completely stopped. You creep forward and get to your location, and as you're walking, you do notice that secondary device, or whatever it is that you see, it's not attached to the interceptor at all. It's completely unattached and elevated by roughly 3 or so feet, 3.5 feet off the ground, and situated maybe 10 feet in front of the interceptor. And as you're creeping, you don't see it move. It doesn't change in location at all. It's completely stationary. At this point, you're right up to the one of the doorways to get into the storage area where the interceptor is being held.
I have so
Bless
many
you,
checks I
Tantrum.
have to do nowadays. Living metal check.
Nothing.
Okay.
I like to imagine, the predator vision, the
Yeah.
It changes. between
Primordial,
seconds.
living metal,
Mhm.
arcane, yeah, thermal. Hey, go through all the cycle divisions. Yeah, is there anything here?
Nothing out of the ordinary except for the fact that there's a pure lack of a lot.
How far away is that object from me now?
40 feet with the doorway in the way.
Do I have enough between thermal images, all the other images, that I have an inside map of the garage as well? You know,
So
of rough objects.
with rough objects, you won't get any from thermal. You will, from all your sites, the only thing you'll be getting is where the interceptor and where this device is. Nothing else. You won't be able to get the general array of shelving units along the sides of this warehouse or whatever is being held out on there. There's no extra thermals from them. There's no extra primordial energies or arcane energies. The arcane, primordial, thermal, anything of that site is only going to be coming from whatever this device is and the interceptor.
And there's nothing on the door.
Nothing on the door.
No energies coming from the door.
Ordinary wooden door.
A misty step to the other side of the door.
Okay.
I'm not gonna touch it.
Mark off a misty step. Flop to the other side. It is a dark storage room. And looking around, you see the interceptor. And you see a wooden table with what looks to be a box of some kind sitting on top of it, and a strange horn coming out the top. There's a little mechanism that stands hovering just above a position. You're roughly 40 to 30 feet away from it now.
Describe it again.
It is a box that has a strange armed mechanism leaning over part of it that stands poised with a horned thing where the thin end of the horn is stuck into the box and the other end widens and opens up towards where the door is. You can also see that the inside of this horn is hollow.
What energy is this registering on?
Arcane.
Arcane. Okay. Okay. Misty step out.
Okay, you misty step out.
And go back to the shadows and wait to contact Altian. I investigated. I'm not going to trigger it until he tells me to.
Alright. Altian. You have two groups waiting on your word.
All right. Well, I'm going to message the other three. I'm going to say,
Abort mission. Compromised. Figuring out a way to get the interceptor out. But unlikely. Go ahead and cause some trouble.
Which group did that go to?
I went to those three.
Okay.
Does Minnie relay that information to the other two?
My mouse is intermittent, so I cannot unmute myself as often or quickly as needed. But yes, I do relay this information, and I make like a tree and run away.
Wait. He did say to make some trouble. Perhaps we could find random people to stab or some such.
I mean, we weren't
Yes.
exactly outright told to kill people at this juncture, but there are certainly other ways to cause a ruckus.
Perhaps
Well,
we
Go ahead.
blow up the section we were going to enter into?
Do we have a blowing up mechanism?
We might. What does this do?
You
Does
better.
this
You've been
blow
working
up?
with me this whole time for the past
Right.
couple of days.
No, that doesn't blow anything up.
I don't
That
think
doesn't
you
blow
all
anything up.
brought anything for explosives, as yours was pure infiltration.
Yeah.
That's extra
I-
gear not needed for this mission.
Not even a grenade, guys. What are we doing here?
Hear me out. Do we consider rubble to be natural terrain?
Rubble to be natural?
Yeah.
No, there's nothing natural
No?
about rubble. That is. In this area, I cannot consider that natural terrain. If it was like rubble from a landslide, I would be able to consider it natural terrain. But here,
Okay.
no. This is
You
all
are-
man-made.
A sorcerer, Minnie. Do you have any explosive type spells?
Not that cause explosives so much. I was thinking about hallucinatory terrain, but I don't think I could make anything that would be convincing in this particular region.
Let's see. Hear me out. If where our plan is known, perhaps the best thing to do is a chaotic thing. We'll just pick a direction, run that direction, and stab somebody there. Or light them afire. What do you think?
I think setting someone ablaze would be more in the realm of chaos.
Okay then. Korag's going to close his eyes, spin in a circle, and then point in whatever direction he spins in. And then say, okay, let's go that way. I don't know if you want to die roll to figure out which way I'm pointing or whatever.
Nah, it's fine. You point in a direction and start going that direction. You're following a corridor that goes down and leads to two ways. You can go left or you can go right.
Chaos.
Okay, in this desert city, where people live, therefore they have water, where is the water kept? Is there a water tower that I can see?
There are water reservoirs, and where they're all being kept is actually highly kept secret. Only officials will know that information.
Oh,
You could probably get access to that information easily, but it wouldn't be something that we would know just for the sake of knowing.
okay. For the sake of argument, this doesn't, Sacred Flame, it doesn't outright say that it damages the area, but it does say that the target gains no benefit from cover if they try to hide from it, which to me means that it goes directly through whatever they're trying to hide under.
It's an instantaneous pops into exactly where you're meaning it to, and it is
Yes.
a creature, not an object.
It's a creature.
It's a creature. Flame-like
says it's a
radiance descends
radiance.
on a creature that you can
Oh,
see within
okay.
range.
Oh. Oh.
Interesting thoughts.
Okay.
All right, where's
From
your
this, we're
chaos?
gonna- to get some grenades.
While they are doing the chaos stuff, Shadow is he's going to slink in all the shadowy areas and try and get himself into a nice higher position to watch them do the stuff, just to make sure everything stays good for them.
In this area, there is no higher. These are all corridors, so you won't be able to get higher. You can stick to shadowy little spots, but you're in corridors. It's mostly very well lit. At this juncture, though, you have a left and or a right, so they're kind of stopped in a stopping point of you can go through this door or you can go through that door. So which door are you all going through?
I rolled a die and it decided we should go right.
Right. Okay. You head right. Walk all the way down the corridor. And as you hit where you would see as the end of this corridor, there is a door right in front of you. Who has the highest passive perception?
I have a 16.
Same.
16 and a 16. And is that a 2 or is that an 11, Tangerine? Use your words for the people who
It's
don't
on
actually
two
watch the
separate
screen.
hands. It's a 1 and
Yes,
a 1. It's
But
11.
for the people who don't actually watch the screen, use your words. Is that an 11?
It's an 11.
Thank you. An 11? 11's not going to notice it, but the two 16s, the doorway you came from, there's a lot of scuffling coming from it. Sounds of boots and metal paws.
Oh no. Well, I'm gonna look to Minnie and say they're coming, scatter and hide. And I'm gonna try and find anywhere to hide.
Okay.
Coming, scatter, and hide. Now, there's a door in front of you. There would be a doorway to your right as well. Several doors, actually. This corridor has several doors on your right-hand side as you're going down. But there is a doorway immediately at the end of the hall where it looks like it branches off to the left.
Out of curiosity, how far behind us do they sound?
You're 20 feet from the door, let's say, and they sound like they're approaching the door very, very quickly. The doorway that you just came from.
And we're approaching a branch in the corridor?
You are approaching a branch that only turns left. So it dead ends in
Oh.
front of you and then turns left.
Okay, so it's just a turn then, not a branch. Oh, why do I have 2 different shields?
That's a good question.
Interesting.
And you said there are a bunch of doors on the right.
Yes, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 doors on your right. You've already passed one.
I'm going to run back to that one, fling it open, and then continue on down the corridor.
That is not a corridor. That is a room, and that is where I'm going to put
No,
you.
no. I'm flinging the door open. I'm not going in there. I'm just opening the door, and then I'm going back down the corridor.
Okay, so you're flinging the door open and then heading back down the corridor. I'm going to ask you to give me an athletics or acrobatics check.
Well, we have an acrobatics check of 25.
25. All right. You other two, what are you two doing?
I'm gonna try. In my hiding, I'm just gonna be trying to find a non-corridor, so an open space, if possible.
An open space non-corridor? Well, you're in nothing but corridor right now. That would require you to go through one of the doors. You're going through a door.
Going right.
Going
First right door.
First right door. Great. You have entered into a study. What looks to be a study of some kind.
It doesn't go anywhere.
Doesn't go anywhere.
Like very quick glance. Okay, I'm gonna leave it and go to the next door. Just keep hitting the right door. See if there's any place that leads anywhere.
The right door. Okay, you're going to be approaching that second right door about at the same time that Shadows is getting up to you. Minnie, what are you doing?
Yes. I am going to just keep running away and looking for places to hide. Also looking to see if there are any windows that we could jump out of just for funsies.
You are in the center of the inner ninth ring of the second floor. There are no windows anywhere to be jumping out of.
I'm going to pout at the lack of windows for me to jump out of.
You are deep inside a man-made city trap, basically.
Okay.
All right, you looking around, I am going to give you... All right, actually, that is going to trigger something. So, we're going to move back over to Ultian.
The year may have closed for now. We hope you met a friend this go around. Tired and blurry you may be. We hope your minds are full from this revelry. May peace follow you out. May you return for more giggles and shouts.